In the jungles of eastern Venezuela, there is a waterfall over half a mile high, 19 times higher than Niagara. "50 years ago, Jimmy Angel, an American aviator and adventurer, came this way in search of gold. The year is 1933. Angel, a buccaneer of the skies who has prospected in Tibet and flown for warlords in China and Pancho Villa in Mexico, is now looking for another El Dorado, a river of gold on top of a mountain. But what he discovers is not gold, but the highest waterfall in the world, Angel Falls. 4 years later, he returns to the place the Indians call Devil Mountain. But on Devil Mountain, the Angel falls to earth. He misjudges the landing, and the plane sinks deep into the swamp. The survivors spend 10 days hacking their way to safety. But Jimmy leaves there a spiritual legacy, an altar to bygone days of adventure.
This guy was a true-to-life Biggles. There was no red tape. There was no rules and regulations. He was operating in an area where people had hardly ever seen an aeroplane. My one wish is that I'd lived around about that time and been able to fly with people like that. I think if anybody is a hero of mine, it's Jimmy Angel.
In Angel's footsteps now come 2 more adventurers, Jerry Breen and his teammate Kelvin Wilson, both British hang glider pilots. Kelvin is a microlight test pilot and runs a hang gliding school, and Jerry has over 5,000 hours in almost anything that flies. The 2 British pilots plan to pioneer a route through the jungle, to be the first ever to make a hang glider flight off Angel Falls.
Admittedly, the hill we've chosen this time happens to be a 7,000-foot mountain, but it's going to be a challenge. We're going to be the first people who have done it.
Devil Mountain is situated on a tributary of the Orinoco, in one of the wettest regions on Earth. Here, vertical sandstone walls tower fortress-like from the surrounding jungle, creating a land that was the inspiration for Conan Doyle's Lost World. Over 300 inches of rain fall in this region each year. The jungle is veined with rivers, many blood-red in color. In the late 16th century, Sir Walter Raleigh came here on a mission for Queen Elizabeth of England to look for gold. He too found what he described as a crystal mountain. He wrote in his diary that there was not in the world so strange a waterfall, nor one so wonderful to behold. 3 days downstream from the falls, on the quieter reaches of the River Carao, the expedition sets up base at a camp run by Rudy Trofino, a jungle guide. Here, the team is joined by Rodolfo Goetz, an experienced Venezuelan free-fall parachutist. He will be valuable to the expedition because he knows the area well and has already surveyed it from the air for possible launch and landing sites. But as they will find out, the needs of parachutists and hang glider pilots are very different. Rodolfo has his own ideas about getting back to the base of the falls after Jerry and Kelvin have made their flight. He aims to leap off the mountain, free-falling down the face of the waterfall for over 1,000 feet before opening his parachute. It's Jerry and Kelvin's first experience of the South American jungle, so they'll need a survival expert and guide, Jungle Rudy.
The reason I decided to get in touch with Rudy is I was in Germany, and even the people over there had heard about Jungle Rudy in Venezuela. People said, "Oh, have you heard about this chap in the jungle who knows it very well? He's been there for over 30 years. He knows the Indians, he knows the country, he knows the animals and wildlife." I thought, this is the person we've got to get. Hang glider. Thanks.
The boat's going to be revved up if it happens.
All right, then I'll hang on to one with my life. I'll put my life jacket round my hang glider, I think.
Two of them.
Should we?
2 on each. Go for it.
2 on each.
Then we hold on to them.
You all go down together.
That's kind of pointsy, maybe.
I'll put 3 on.
If a pilot were to crash in the trees far from the river and injure himself, a fast rescue would be impossible. So Jerry wants to make sure that the landing sites which Rodolfo has spotted from the air are usable in an emergency. The team will then start to climb up the north face of Devil Mountain to the top of the falls, a route known only to the Indians, without whose help Jerry might not be as lucky as Jimmy Angel. Rudy Trofino is a Dutchman who came to live in Venezuela in the 50s. His daughter, Lily, was brought up in the jungle, and the family make a living guiding scientists who visit the region. But as they listen to Rodolfo discuss his jump down the falls, they have nagging doubts about the wisdom of the whole expedition.
I need like a space for me to free fall.
A thin trickle of water instead of a...
Yeah, that with a stream of water is fine. Then I will have my place to free fall. But if it's water all over, will be just turbulence all over.
Yeah.
So then I will have to short my free fall. That will be the safety thing. Instead of 10 seconds, maybe go for 7 seconds.
Or less.
Or less.
What happened to your hang glider flight if the winds hit the rock? This face of the rock over here is... You think you're going to have problems on the end?
Yeah, there'll be turbulence here. Yeah. The wind's strong, you see. We're going to need... Nobody in their right mind normally would consider flying anywhere near a waterfall. You know it's going to be turbulent somewhere, so why risk it and try and find out where the turbulence is? How many days did it take you to find this place?
6 days.
6 days.
6 days flying about 4 hours a day, helicopter. But listen, I think we're talking about the, if you got the rock, like, beside a face, it's like a Indian face. So here's a nose, which is this step that I was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that's the rock from where we're supposed to jump.
Oscar says...
Jerry and Kelvin see their flight as a homage to the era of Jimmy Angel. In Angel's time, finding adventure was easier in many ways. There were more challenges and fewer restrictions. It was very much the same for Rudy when he first came here, an escape to a personal freedom.
I came to Venezuela 33 years ago now. I've been flying over, I had seen Canaima and so on, but really living off the jungle, I didn't know. On top of it, without any material, no gun, no fishing gear, no machete, then things get a little tough, you know. But soon you find a way that birds are eating certain fruits, even if they are small and so on. Okay, you try them, it works out all right. You see a tapir who's eating certain types of leaves and the deer. So, okay, you eat them also. And then I catch fish by just damming off little creeks with, it's a kind of wild banana tree, the platanillo. And you dam it off with that, and then you try to get the small fishes out with the leaf, first throw them out and dry them in the sun and eat them. So you find a way of surviving. The clothes I had on, I changed with an Indian which was passing by for his bow and arrow and a blowpipe. And that were my first weapons. And he had my clothes on, and I was walking around naked with his bow and arrow and his blowgun. And then he was still laughing, and he thought I couldn't shoot that thing yet. And I put him right under a big beehive, one of those long ones, you know. And they hang on a point attached to a branch of a tree. I said, well, okay, you stand under there. And he laughed, I'll stand under it, what the hell, you know. And I got right that thing at the point, and the thing collapsed right on top of him. He just raced for the river to get away from all those wasps. I really had a big laugh, you know. They never asked me anymore to do things like that. But still, when you see then a plane going high over Maiquetía, Brazil, or something like that, and those jet things and so on, they started coming over high up, and then you ask yourself, what the hell actually I'm doing here, what I'm trying to prove, you know? It's I'm a kind of a Superman, or you're not, you're absolutely not, you know. You're so small in all this that you're even not part of it. But I'm an intruder, and that's what you stay.
has got to be the ultimate for inaccessibility, for just the sheer size of the place. And it's definitely got a feeling about it. I'm not surprised people call it Devil Mountain. Jungle Rudy's very used to people coming to look at his jungle. I think he was quite surprised when we actually wanted to penetrate inside it. He took his time. He sussed us out for a few days to see what we could do. And luckily, we managed to impress him some small amount, and he became far more interested in what we were planning to do. And he became an actual member of the team instead of being a hard help, if you like.
Oh, that's amazing. Wow.
Next time you get in the boat,
Yeah. Falling from the clouds.
Even a quarter of a mile from the falls, the violence of the wind and the spray makes the thought of flying in its vicinity more and more worrying, especially for Rodolfo, who knows he must free fall for long enough to fly away from the turbulence so he can open his canopy in clear air.
I think what Rodolfo's doing is much more dangerous than what I'm going to do. And if somebody told me to go up there and jump off, there's no way I would do it, not for £1 million.
The wind is still fine. The waterfall is not overflow, and it's safe because we're going to be doing a very deep approach, and we can land in a soft area there or a little bit forward. So I think it's, you know, it can be safe.
A parachutist can get in, but this isn't even the wingspan of our glider, and what, we've got 100 feet at the most, and look at the rocks. We can't run in here at 15, 20 mile an hour. And the wind is blowing out from the face. It's almost raining here from the waterfall. We flew over in the Cessna. We looked down, and it looked a reasonable area, but you just can't judge the scale. I mean, we've got to find somewhere else. It's either that or the trees. Look how tall they are, 200 feet. Hang gliders, instant death here. We've got to look for somewhere else. We can't land here, it's impossible.
Certainly don't fancy landing in the rapids. That's going to be disaster. A number of British pilots have died landing in the sea, and landing in flowing rivers is going to be even more dangerous than that. Just going to get thumped and bumped against boulders. It's going to be all over in a matter of minutes. Out and out danger to me is a big turn on. I don't deliberately choose something that is far more dangerous than the past. It's because it requires a certain amount of skill, a certain amount of application, and maybe a bit of determination to see it through. It's got to be a challenge.
A hang glider pilot ideally needs a flat landing area with a clear approach from all directions. The reason that Angel Falls has not been flown before, apart from its inaccessibility, is that this is the only landing site. Its approach, made critical by rising air above the trees and sinking air over the river, leaves no margin for error.
If you're landing slightly down, or you just bake it, you're going to come in hard.
This looks like the only place for about 25, 30 miles, other than landing back on top, you'd get away with it. We can't be sure of landing back on top.
No.
So it's here. This is the only place. Not exactly a place that you'd choose for landing, is it?
It's a debate whether you go to land in shallow water, hoping the water will absorb something, where it's going to be slippery, or...
This disappears when the river goes up. The river goes up like it did last night. This wasn't here.
Yeah,
So we've got a landing area as long as we don't get any more rain.
It's going to be smaller than this. You've got to count on it being smaller than this. But if you make a complete cods of it, you can always stub it out in the bushes. Bushes being...
The trees. 100 foot high or so?
On this side, on the left-hand side.
We're going to need some smoke down here to make a go at it. Some smoke started off over here.
If you can land into wind, be it only 5 miles an hour, I think you should be able to get that squared away.
So it's running across this stuff at 15 miles an hour. At worst.
Well, if you did go over, just cling onto an upright and hope that...
And the river's moving at, what, 15 mile an hour, 10 mile an hour? We can't go in the river, it's too deep. That's it. It's here or nothing.
And it could come off. You've got a 50-50 here. You could land it okay, smiling all the way to a cup of coffee, or you could do the legs in.
Let's presume then that this is it. Shall we?
Yep.
As the water level drops, the true character of the landing area is revealed. To Rudy and his Indians, filling in the holes must seem a little pointless. But Jerry and Kelvin think that anything to decrease the risk of a broken leg, or worse, is worth a try.
Is that ours or is that Rodolfo's?
It's Rodolfo's. Quick, put it on.
Flash the model on.
There's our official airstrip now. Hooray! Yukaima 2 airstrip.
Those guys are making it so level.
I just hope nobody flies over and thinks this is an airstrip. They've got a surprise coming.
But continued heavy rain high on the plateau raises the level of the river again. Within a few hours, the airstrip is some 5 feet underwater. The team takes shelter in Rudy's old shack and wait.
Coming up still, making quite a bit of noise already.
It's even going to cover our landing area, I think, isn't it?
Your landing area is gone. That is at least about 1.5 meters underwater right now.
Gone.
So that's that.
Do you get it for days on end?
You can guarantee that we've got 3 or 4 weeks of this going on.
No, 3 or 4 weeks.
Even if they make it to the top of the mountain, no one has walked before to the edge of the falls. Deep crevices and tangled vegetation will bar their way. Finding a takeoff site may be harder than finding somewhere to
So
land.
you have to jump. If you slip, there's those slippery rocks. We're even not going to get you out. We might put a nice little cross up there and forget you. No?
Yeah, Luis de Calero.
This, what do you think?
Do you think we can do it?
Ah, thank you. I'll decide it up there. Let's give it a try. I really would like to. Gee, you came all the way for this, and no?
Yeah.
We give it a try.
There is nothing to do but wait for the weather to change and the river level to drop. The day dawns clear and hopes rise. Soon they'll be on the move again.
I think you'll smell better now.
Yeah, I lob over some of your shampoo, right, man?
There we are. Don't let them see any advertising.
No.
They didn't sponsor us.
I won't advertise at all, yeah?
This might be our last bath for quite a few days, I think. This rate. Hot, sweaty jungle.
Shit, that's what we've got to climb up, yeah? Our main fear is the weather conditions we're going to encounter at the top. The thought of slogging up through the jungle for the next couple of weeks, getting to the summit with all the equipment and not being able to use it, not being able to do it is a nightmare.
We're going to walk in because it's a fitting tribute to Jimmy Angel. He took 15 days to walk out. We're going to try and get in there, and we think we can do it in under 15 days to the top with our hang gliders.
The advantage with modern hang gliding equipment is it's lightweight, it's highly portable. You can just put a hang glider on your shoulder, a harness and parachute on your back, and go walking to the summit of most hills and go flying.
The expedition is too small to carry enough supplies for a push to the top of the mountain, without the dugouts going with them as far as possible. With the team and their hang gliders unloaded, the Indians are able to maneuver the dugouts into the smaller, shallower streams towards the foot of Devil Mountain. The risk is, though, that if the river level drops, the dugouts will be stranded, the expedition cut off, unable to retreat.
I was always very worried about the sort of Sherpa approach to getting people to carry your equipment to the top, but I feel that it's me that wants to jump off the top, and Kelvin, I'm sure, feels the same. I know the Indians are tough and they're strong, but I feel if I want to jump off the top, I've got to carry my own hang glider. If I get to the top and the hang glider's damaged, then it's my own fault. I can't blame anybody else for dropping it on the ground and damaging the tubes.
No, pero yo te cuento después lo que va a pasar, así que no es nada excepcional tampoco. Eso vamos a ser tranquilos y no hay gran problema en eso.
The third day. Every member of the expedition is soaked, tired and frustrated at the slow pace.
Then 1 12 foot long. Just got to imagine you're at the nose of it the whole time, aren't you?
You're going to have to cut a straight path, I think.
¿Por qué? ¿Te picó?
Straight, straight through no matter what happens. No curves.
Sí. Queda azúcar.
Demoralization sets in. Progress is so painfully slow that they begin to realize the extent to which they have underestimated the problems. Instead of a straight walk in, each day's journey is slow and tortuous.
Otherwise it'll take us all day to do I reckon at this rate we'll do a mile a day.
A mile a day, after 2.
It's going to be a long expedition.
By June, by July.
Ahí viene vivo.
Bueno, pero un poco difícil, ¿no crees?
He hecho como 7. Este es el mecate. Ok, ya te escuché ahora. Sí, el mecate, la acabo de decir.
Se está enterrando.
I think we've been going now for 4 days, and we're getting more and more bushed. It's just been wet the whole time, you know. The body's wet, the shoes are wet, the clothes are wet, and you can tell exactly which member of the party you're following by the prevailing atmosphere that you're walking in, you know. Certainly impressed by the way Rudy's getting on with it. I'm not quite sure how old that guy is, but certainly a lot older than we are, and he just keeps going. And on top of the lugging all the gear, it always seems to be him that gets the food organised, can light fires, he gets the food going, and we're just sitting down and watching. We haven't the energy to participate in the cooking activities. It's just all up to him, mate.
Raining for 5 or 6 hours now at a time. The gliders are getting heavier. It's only because we're carrying the hang gliders that we're slowing everything down.
And they haven't even reached the foot of the mountain where the real difficulties will start. It hasn't stopped raining for 24 hours. To make matters worse, Kelvin is now unwell.
Just noticed that my body seems to be working at a higher and higher temperature. If it gets any worse, I'm going to have to mention this. I think Jerry might have noticed anyway. But it's one thing getting soaked, it's another thing just being in a sweat the whole time due to a fever.
Even if we increase our pace once we get clear of this jungle, we're going to maybe have to hang around on top for several days waiting for the weather to be right. And then we're really going to be in trouble. We're going to be running out of food. And I can see us being forced into making a flight off the top when the weather conditions aren't right. Purely because the alternative is a walk back.
Oh, no! Oh, how's this? Okay.
Oh! 15 inches of rain fall in one night. The tents are useless. The wet sleeping bags and vivisacks give some protection from the chill of the night. But sleeping on the ground in the jungle creates a chill of its own. The thought of an uninvited guest slithering in to keep warm.
The whole team is beginning to look pretty shaky. We all know we've got to make a decision, and we just keep putting off the decision and getting more and more tired and feeling less and less fit.
The weather is good. Let's see if we get out of here.
I wish we could have done it there.
Eh?
I wish we could have done it. So we
Yeah.
need a bloody motorway building to get up there.
It's a little tough, eh? If the weather would have been all right, it's something still, but...
Ready?
Okay, the Indians are carrying the stuff out. Okay, let's get out of here.
Let's get the stuff.
I feel like I've been carrying this for several weeks. Not just a few days.
Not a pleasant decision having to say turn back. You know, none of us want to go back. But after sitting down and chatting it over, we're certainly not giving up. We just happen to be walking backwards. We're going to go back to base, and we're going to try and get our shit together.
If they're going to fly on Angel's wings, they'll have to find another way to the top of Devil Mountain.
We've come this far, all the way to Venezuela, to try and get this flight in. We've got to do something. I think the only alternative is to try and get in a chopper.
A helicopter is hired in Caracas and flown in the 300 miles to lift the gear onto the mountain. But as they've already found, the jungle is short of landing areas, and this one too has its problems. The downwash from the rotor pushes the branches inwards. The blades hit the trees. The rotor is put out of balance. But the pilot decides the machine is still flyable.
Small pace. You have to come really quite vertical. And I hit that tree over there. It just went like this, and nothing felt really. And I hit a small branch, and the helicopter now is out of track.
Oscar, the pilot, used to be a rally driver. Perhaps he didn't find that exciting enough. At these altitudes and with temperatures in their 90s, the helicopter is flying close to its limit. The jungle below offers no hope in an emergency.
Ok, está bien. Yo creo que hasta te veo ahí en la orilla.
The 3 birdmen are flown to the top of the waterfall to establish Angel Camp. To monitor the river level, Rudy stays below.
Well, I don't fancy getting it wrong on the takeoff, because I'm afraid it's a fall down that face. And look at the rocks, how close they are. I mean, that's 6 inches or so on one wing, and a couple of feet on the other wing if you get it wrong.
This bank's sticking out as well. If you do make a cod to the takeoff, you're going to be, well, one tip's going to be in there with a vengeance, and then you're going to be facing the waterfall.
Yeah, it's an overhang, so we can't have much wind coming up here. Not on takeoff. That windsock was pointing out.
Yeah, if it blows more than 5 knots here, you've got a 4-knot tailwind.
So 3 or 4 knot tailwind, and then suddenly into a possibly a 2 or 3 knot headwind here.
Yeah.
Something weird
clouds
happening.
aren't doing all that much, are they?
The river's still high. We've had several days of rain now. It's just ridiculous. What do you think about going down through the cloud then?
If we know it's clear at the bottom.
Rudy can give us an idea of that, couldn't he?
Yep.
Give him a call on the radio just before we go. This wind is just changing, and the clouds are just changing so quickly. You turn your head away and then look back.
Yeah, it could be a different day, let alone the same minute.
There's a Cunin building up over there. And the good old river. It's risen another 2 meters. We've got everything against us, Kelvin. I think it's sitting it out.
Stay patient, stay cool, and don't get forced into anything too hastily.
But we'll be tempted if we sit out here too long, after a few days,
just to get
to saying, let's go for it, you know, because we're just so cheesed off with it. But I think that'd be dangerous. This is just not the place you'd come and fly a hang glider.
It's one thing being on top of Devil Mountain with Rodolfo, Jerry, waterproofs, food, quite a bit of equipment, and a means of escape, namely hang gliders. It must have been a whole different ball game for Jimmy Angel, who was up here with one smashed up aircraft, few supplies, and the prospect of a 15-day walk out of the place. And on top of that, he didn't find any bloody gold. We want the wind blowing up the slope for a nice takeoff and hopefully to soar about the summit. But as soon as that happens, the cloud just comes in seconds. Cloud just forms in front and makes it impossible. With Devil's Mountain, for 50% of the time, it's completely covered in heavy cloud. And the local Indians know the waterfall as the river that falls from the clouds. And that's exactly what we've seen here for the last couple of days. Well, the gliders seem to have survived the trip up okay. There's no sign of damage or wear to the sail. Just one nagging doubt is that neither of us has flown this type of glider before, so we've got a lot of faith in the manufacturer.
I think we're in for some more rain. I can just feel it. Look at it.
Well, you can see the Cunins speeding in.
As the clouds roll in, the helicopter is marooned too. The feeling of isolation is complete.
Angel Cam to Yokohama 2. Are you receiving, over?
Okay, Angel 4, this is Yokohama 2. Go on.
Angel Cam to Yokohama 2. Can you tell me about the landing area? Is water coming up or down, over?
The landing area is completely covered.
Angel Cam to Yokohama 2. Your transmission is breaking down. Can you come again, over?
The landing spot is about 1 meter in the water, if not more.
We'll establish contact with you 7 a.m. Over.
Okay, bye for today and for tonight. Sleep well. I hope you're right up there. And 7 o'clock in the morning, we see each other again on this frequency. Bye and out.
We're busy itching away here. Oh, God, something's biting me.
Oh, yeah. I've got a size 48 chest now. The other thing is this boulder just moved, yeah?
I'm actually sliding. Help! I think this is dangerous. What a climbing equipment. Tie me on to the rock somehow.
Non-slip
There it
goodie
is.
bags, yeah?
Here, we've got it.
That's it, boys. Clamp yourself
If I
in.
get into this... you put your arms through here like that, and you hook yourself onto the tilly lamp.
And then at least you go over with lights on. We can see a light
I'll tell
going
you
over the
what,
edge.
I'll hook myself onto you.
On the ball score light.
No. I think we've got to find somewhere else.
No, it's okay as long as you don't slide.
I've definitely got a slide going here.
We'll lock the bivvy bag onto this boulder thing. That won't move.
Hot and cold running water. Okay, I think it's time for
Lights out.
some sleep. Rudy, we had a terrible night. We got completely wet up here, but things are looking bright. We've got a lot of cloud base, as you've seen, a lot of cloud lower down below the falls. And we're all just getting ready to contemplate flying, hang gliders and the parachute drop. But more of a concern to us at the moment is the water level. Has it dropped through the night, or has it done the opposite? Over.
All right, the river is going down. The river is going down. And if we are...
Conditions look promising. The pilots shake off their earth-bound depression as they anticipate moving into an element in which they are the masters.
You start to think about, will your wingtip clear the rock? Will the wind be right? Will the turbulence from the waterfall be too great? Will the river level be high? Then it induces a certain amount of fear. But once I'd strapped myself in, there was nothing going to keep me on top. Here we go! Beautiful. I don't believe this. This is just incredible. Okay, Kelvin, stay in that position. That's fine, just there. A little bit turbulent, next to the falls. Ahead! Ahead of me! Oh, that's just unreal. Ahead of me! Oh, beautiful! Beautiful! Yeah, that's great! That's brilliant! Isn't it arch?
Don't get the wings wet.
Okay, let's go back. Towards the falls a little bit. Oh, it's just beautiful. Just beautiful. Wait for me to turn, okay? Now! Now, what about our landing area?
Landing area.
Oh, what a flight. I think I'll take up hang gliding again. I haven't been hang gliding for about 4 years, 5 years, regularly. I'm going to take it up again. Let's get out the way, Kelvin's on his approach. Just in case he hits me as well. Where is he? Oh, he's alive, that's the main thing. The trees either side are really good, but the water has nothing.
Kelvin has done what they feared most, flown into a downdraft over the river. He is lucky to have escaped with only a broken wing.
Kelvin is okay. Over.
Ready down to Kaimatu.
Rodolfo, 3,000 feet above the river, sees Kelvin hit the trees, but he's already committed himself to the jump.
Okay, wish us a good luck. Good luck and handshake down below here, man. Come along, jump it.
Tell the helicopter pilot, please, not to come in over here now, because we can lose the parachute, you know.
Yeah, we have to cut the tree down, but everything was fine. Just to everybody in the world to know that this is one of the nicest places I ever seen, and I will invite them to come here. All right?
Rodolfo hit the trees as well, but he's okay though.
Got it?
Yeah, I'm super. I was just giving Jerry loads of time, yeah, to move out of the way, thinking, he'll move out of there.
But, and you got sink over the trees? Yes!
Like nothing else, yeah? Be loads of space, let Jerry move out of the way.
I did move out of the way.
Yeah, and it was just... Oh damn, little warning lights started flashing. I thought, it's either over here, I hope to get enough speed out of it to just suck it up the other side a bit lower. Like, I was confident that this bit of timber would hold me, yeah? And then you saw the little termites come out of it, and it just went... But never mind. Bloody woodworm in the jungle.
Yesterday the water would have pushed it down fast.
Yeah, right, you made it. Yeah, it's a lot softer over there than here, yeah?
But perhaps Jimmy Angel had the last laugh. He died in a plane crash in 1956 in Panama, but his ashes, so the story goes, were scattered here, over the falls which bear his name.
Okay, Angel Falls.
We made it.
We made it.
3 of us, we made it.
Hooray! Come on, in the shot. Hooray!
You get wet, yeah?
Perhaps, in a sense, he beat them to it.
I knew it was trying to get us. That's it. Angel Falls has been conquered.
Tomorrow at 11, Equinox tackles the sound barrier.